This is Rebirth the Legend here with another replay analysis. Just trying to check to see my microphone is actually working this time, but it looks like we are good. Alright, so we're going to be looking at another Antimage game. It's the play button here. There's a way I can check if this is working 100%. I'm pretty sure it is. Whatever. So we'll know if I can hear this when I look at it. Alright, so we have Twin Chicky. We got forced into mid lane by a moronic Zeus and Quab. 45 creeps at 10 minutes, pretty good. Was farming decently until he had a few bad decisions, 2 pointless feats around the 20-minute mark. Or, sorry, you put him at a 20-minute battle of Fury Treads. But he played well after that. And outpushed a Furion. Cool.
Trouble. I know, Morty.
I actually didn't see the pick orders here. Oh man, you pick an AM into a Bloodseeker, huh? That's bold. I mean, it's not like... The thing is, like, if you play well enough, nothing... Counters don't really matter. It just means you have to outplay your opponent more, right?
Let's party!
So, picking AM into the Bloodseeker is kind of like whatever. Being mid's kind of awkward. If you were mid against him, that would probably be like the least ideal thing. But I think I looked at this earlier. I think they like do lane you mid or something. They do something weird that they should. Oh man, I'm so dumb. The only mid that'd be really annoying is if they have sniper or Bloodseeker would probably be a little problematic. This is kind of not really a worthwhile. So like you go here and you take the blink already, which is fine. They used to be like really big on like waiting. But like you just lost so much right there. You lost like 400 health. You're gonna have to. You probably should just pop yourself now. Okay. Oh, I thought you wasted.
Just got real brave over there.
This is like where aggro tricks come in really important. So I talk about in a lot of the other videos. You want to pull a creep wave towards you is really important. So within about 500 range, so about where you are, if you attack a hero somewhere on the map, I'm talking about this now, and like you don't have to do it at this moment, but later on it's gonna be really important. I'll try and point those out. But it's just a good opportunity for me to explain like the distance, because like where you are right now, to this or maybe a little closer, is about 500 range. If you attack a hero anywhere on the map, like an enemy hero anywhere on the map, it could be these heroes right here, but if you're within 500 range of enemy creeps, they will aggro to you for about 3 seconds, which makes them run at you, so they'll run past your creeps and go to you. It'll allow you to pull those creeps over to here and make you able to last hit them without getting harassed as much as someone here. Because if it's like the Morphling's super short range, so he wouldn't be able to harass you too much. If you're doing that. Sniper, he's short range early on. He would also be able to get less last hits on you, or less harass hits. Because if you're creeping over here, he'd have to walk to about here to harass you, where he would aggro these creeps. And he's going to take more from aggroing creeps than you do, because he's a ranged hero. Can't hold the stout shield. So that's something you want to keep in mind. Like I said, you can attack anywhere on the map. Any hero anywhere on the map. Doesn't matter if they're over here in your mid lane, if they're bottom lane and you're mid lane, it doesn't matter where they are. It just matters where you are in relation to creeps. So let's keep going. This is pretty nice, honestly. Like, you're getting the first wave, maybe even 2 free here. That's great. That's really generous of them. I actually didn't see what happened. I assume whoever they wanted to go mid got harassed out of the lane or something. See, it's kind of awkward. Like, you don't have to make the decision yet. It is a sniper. You can go bottle on Antimage, and it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's not even that bad. It's like you don't need to do it from safe lane, but if you're in a lane like this where you're going to be getting harassed a lot more, it's more efficient than like... Dude, they left you alone for a minute and a half. That's great. You should have gotten more creeps out of the lane. I mean, that's just a mechanical thing. And maybe a little unfamiliarity with like... the laning can be a little awkward. I mean, you're a melee hero, so it shouldn't matter all that much. I know, like, my creeping on ranged heroes in mid lane is atrocious. And I can get, like, 70 or whatever. Totally fine in safe lane on most heroes. Even if I'm less familiar. Here, you actually could have killed that sniper. You had boots, he didn't. He's 3 attacks from death. I guess you kind of blinked forward on that, so maybe you didn't. Like, it's never bad to play it safe. Like, I don't want to tell you that you shouldn't have played that safe. But you could have harassed him. You could have definitely gotten 1 or 2 auto attacks. And then if you were feeling a little rambunctious, you probably could have gotten the kill on him there. You're lucky you put 2 in a headshot. So his range isn't super far. It's still high, but... So what I was saying about the bottle is it would be nicer because it lets you handle harass more. You also, if you're blinking a lot, you'll lose your mana. You only have 1 level of blink, something I probably would have been okay with. And also because you're in mid, you room control really well. You room control like a quap basically, so you can't push. Stupid morphling. Oh, I was sneezing so I missed that, and I was trying to make a point. There was so many. Okay. I actually want to stop and just kind of explain. So, like, the burning build isn't bad here, but, like, getting more levels on blink lets you play a bit more aggressively, and it lets you rune secure a bit easier, too. And, like, you can aggressively blink onto a rune. And, like, let's say if this is maxed at level 7, you can aggressively blink onto a rune, and odds are you won't be punished for that. Like, if you look at their lineup, they can't really punish you for that within 5 seconds unless you were already really low HP. Like, none of them really have the damage to do it, but if they have like 12 seconds and they can follow you, then you can get fucked up. So the burning build isn't bad, and you can always go back to stats after. Sometimes you might want to level more blink earlier on. Like, against lineups that can dive you, like let's say if you're in the safe lane, getting more blink is totally fine. Because like they nerf blink a little bit, so it actually scales per level. Like the max level is the same blink, but the distance changes per level now, and it used to only change at like the 3rd and the 4th level, I think it was. I think it was the same for the first 2, then it increased by like 50 at the last 2. It was really weird. It was like very, very strange scaling. But that's something you want to keep in mind. And like this stuff isn't particularly aggressive, but and they wouldn't necessarily be able to put pressure on you like that. But because you're in mid lane and you can rune control and you can like rotate kind of quickly if shit's going on, it can be really nice to have that blink. Because like at the end of the day, you are in the mid lane, so you're getting that experience, which is nice. Ah, so that was
Magic thyself out over that.
Nice thing is like pub morphlings are horrible. I don't care, like, until you're at like 5.5 MMR, or KMMR, you're really not going to encounter good morphling players. So, the Portman shield would have actually been very good here. Increases your block chance against trees for all that matters, but Sniper's very, very low damage hero. So he's 46 damage. You'd be functionally blocking over half his damage with the Portman shield. You're blocking about 25%. So that 300 gold, which gives you that 6 agi, the functionally like 1 armor and 100% block chance against a sniper, is huge. Because you're gonna block so much of his damage early on. It's nice against mirror images too, because it blocks pretty much all their damage, and it'll be nice for like man fighting him too, which you would probably end up doing later on. So you're like doing okay now. Trade's pretty good too. But let's see, we're at 24 creeps at 5 minutes. I actually haven't been looking at how well you've been creeping, and I was commenting on a lot of other things, so I know like something I missed through Insco talking about, which I talked about in the very beginning, was do not creep aggroing. When you had the Morphling and the Sniper here, you should have been pulling the creep wave back. Okay, you get the Portman shield now. The earlier you get that, kind of the better, but it's still fine now. He's strength more. Yeah. And since his strength is this high, he also does no damage. Really nice of him. That's not worth the dive. Okay, you don't do it. Thought you were going to get ambitious there. Okay, so here you're wasting a lot of time. If you don't feel safe walking up to creep that, it's just somewhat reasonable. It's actually only reasonable if this guy's level 6, which he is now. So like, until he's level 6, they can't kill. They actually can't ever really kill you. He ruptures you. Only his rupture can kill you, and before he's level 6, they can't kill you. I'm gonna commit on that like 100%. They can't do anything until the Bloodseeker's level 6, and it's completely on him to kill you. Yeah, he's going for you right now. I figured. I was like, if you're paying attention to levels, you should see that if you're about to get that was a mistake. Let's slow this down and analyze it. I think he might have been doing that blink like before you got ruptured, but like he tried doing the silence, and you blinked out of the silence, but to your death. So if you're paying attention to levels here, which I'm assuming you probably aren't, you'd see that he's 6. And that like rotation was kind of cool. You see that? I want to back up. Because I wasn't actually paying attention, but I feel like we should have seen this guy. What did he smoke? Where the fuck did... Oh, is he offlining? I actually assumed he was jungle this whole time. I think I was just wrong. Come on. Gets level 6. Walks through middle. Do we see this?
For the twin.
You see it. This is kind of hard. This is something I'm bad at too. Like, I play a lot of safe lane, and mid takes a lot of my focus. But you did see him on the mini-map in this area. And you probably saw him walk up here, although I didn't actually see it myself just now, because he accelerated game speed. You just have to back up. So like I said, if at any point you don't feel safe creeping near, you have these 2 camps at your disposal, and you also have that hard camp. Yeah, so you saw him go into silence here. So this is like a really long cast range on his silence. When I was thinking, I think it's like 1,000. And you tried blinking out of the silence, but then blinked to your death. I'm sure this is one of the mistakes you were talking about. But that's like, it's kind of bad. It's something you'll get used to, I'm sure. If you blinked to the left, you would have lived there. Like, all you gotta do is blink into the tower range. You couldn't do anything. Even if you're at half HP there, from the blink itself, you're still probably fine. You could even choose to just walk to your tower. If he wants to man fight you under tower, then that's fine. Like, the only time Bloodseeker is really scary is when he's got a flame mail. And you can't TP out. It's really weird. It's not actually impossible or anything to play against a Bloodseeker. It's just like if he's really far ahead, it can be hard.
Dyer's top tower
But if you're doing
attack.
reasonably okay,
The force
then,
field leads me to believe that Dyer just fortified their structure. Dyer's top tower
then he's very
under attack.
manageable.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Okay.
Dyer's
And
top
this is
tower's
something you
under
want to look
attack.
into
I wonder
earlier
what they're
too.
gonna build.
Actually, it's only
Dyer's
8 minutes. I'm
top
sorry,
tower
like
used
the
to
skipping
be.
around is like skewing my perspective a little bit. You should pick up a TP there too. Like, you're against a Bloodseeker, you should, and you just saw him on the map.
Oh boy, Dyer's
You
middle
should have a
tower's
TP
under
right now.
attack. Ooh, Dyer's got
Drow's gonna die
fortified
in
in
2
their
seconds.
structures. Good work.
Because she's also alive. Like, we saw him on the mini-map walking to the tree line there.
Everyone bowed
He
down.
just got away with it. We had this wonderful ward that
accident, I bet.
I'm assuming the Ogre Magi put up to save his carries,
middle
and
tower is
they
under
still died
attack.
for fun. But yeah, like, unless he gets a blade mail, he's not scary at all. You just buy Vlad's, and if he goes on you, even with the silence, it's pure damage, you just trade with him. Because if he boosts you or boosts himself, like, well, if he boosts himself, you'll kill him so easily. So now that you know Rupture's down, right? Rupture down? Rupture's down, yeah. You can feel free to go back into the lane. You want to shove this super hard. Because like right now you should be saying yourself, okay, I got off to a little slow start. Right now I can have a 17-minute Battle Fury treads timing. Yeah, that seems fair. 16, 17 minutes would be okay right now. But you have to like amp it up right now. You should kill that hard camp. I don't know why you didn't. You could kill that hard camp, go back to lane, and then kill the easy camp.
Oh, not so fast, Morty, because Morty's making
Lane creeps are always better than
pretty tight.
jungle creeps. And like if we look right now, I don't know what you're doing. It's a fucking Naga. Like it's a Naga who's like pretty far behind. I don't think we see the Bloodseeker. You're gonna die here. See, if you had a T, oh, you're not gonna die there. Yep. Or are you now gonna die? You should have Rupture. You just chose not to use it. Okay, whatever. Okay, we must have missed something. There's no reason that guy should have used his Rupture. Because he's silenced instead of Rupturing. If he Ruptured you there instead of silencing, you would have died. Because like while he misses the 240 pure damage, which really isn't that much. It's kind of silly. Does he have an urn or anything? No. Oh, so he's got tons of regen though. See, this is where it gets kind of awkward. You should know he's got his ult up now. So unless someone comes and heals you, you have to like do something more defensive. Like you could just farm the woods Send yourself a salve if you want. Oh, what do we do? I know you said primarily you want to focus on the end of this part because you seem like you're able to identify this, but it doesn't hurt to check this out too. See a Naga, we got a Zeus ult. Okay, the Zeus ult just showed you he was there. So the Zeus ulted there, and you used that as an opportunity to try and jump and kill. I'm pretty sure it's a Naga zone. You took that as a message. Oh, I should go try and kill his Naga Siren. Like right in front of Bloodseeker, and then just ruptures you. You die instantly. You should know, based off the last time he ensnared you, that it's a really long ensnare. You can't blink out of this. Like, she's really good against blink heroes if you can actually get the net off before they blink away.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Like, I
attack.
still wouldn't say you're that far behind net worth.
Oh man,
Yeah,
what?
third
Get up
place.
on out of here, cause Radiant.
See, the thing is, like, the Nature's Prophet's gonna be like absolute free farm later on, and you just have to survive a Bloodseeker, and they don't like have control for you. Like, the way the Bloodseeker gets scary is if you can't just TP out on him, and all they have to like stop you is Naga Song and Naga Ensnare and Adaptive Strike. That's really it.
Middle tower just got wrecked.
So like, you're just not really creeping too efficiently. Like, I kind of started talking about it early on and then trailed off a little bit. Like, you should just be pushing and then farming, pushing and then farming. I hate that you can't draw. So you had like, I'd say 3 minutes where you could have pushed this, farm that, push it again, farm that, and the next minute goes by, so these camps respawn, and you do it again. You just rinse and repeat. I think, I don't remember if I sent you the Antimage farming tutorial video I made. That's like the same just general hack. It's not very complicated, it's just something you have to get used to doing. Because like when I do it, like that farming pattern is literally like automatic for me. Like, even on heroes that don't farm particularly well, in the first 10 minutes I can usually get like 80, 70 plus creeps. Even like my last thing in lane was kind of iffy on a lot of heroes. I don't know why. I got worse at that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look how much HP you lose because of this. Because of fucking stack. When you want to kill stacks like that, aggro it and then walk back to here and fight it, because the creeps will walk to here, they'll fight you, and they'll take turns walking back, and it'll probably reduce the damage you're taking by like 30%. It's like, this is fine. Like, you can, like, if you're ever scared to go in lane, just retreat farther into the woods. Like, the worst thing you can do is stop farming on Antimage. Like, I kind of pointed in the middle, you were just sitting there because the creep wave was kind of far up, and you could have been farming these two camps. Is he waiting for people? No, he's just an idiot. That's a question. That was understandable. With that, I think you just have to try and walk to the edge of it. I don't know if you would have lived. If you switched it strength treads, you should be able to. Oh, no, he I was thinking if he was like level 10 or whatever, you might have been able to walk to here, like just outside of the silence range,
Oh boy, killing spree.
and survive. But it would have been very close, and he could have just right-clicked you down, but you'd also force him to go farther in for the kill on you, and maybe your team gets return kills. So that's some pretty big mistakes there. There's that, which I'm assuming was panic. There was that, which was a really poor decision, and that blink forward to kill the Naga. Yeah, okay. That blink forward to kill a Naga there was just greedy, because she was already under Ogre's maxed ignite, and she had like 100 HP left, and this does like 400 damage. This dot's like 400. Does it say if it all? 450. Oh no, it's a little area effect. 8 times 50, 400. Yeah, so it's 400 damage. After reduction, it's still 300. So she was screwed. Like, I complimented how kind of safe you were playing here, like not doing some stupid stuff. Like, you knew walking up here was a death sentence if the Bloodseeker 6. The Bloodseeker wasn't jungling, the Nature's Prophet was, and the Bloodseeker was in the offlane. So that was actually a wrong assessment on my part too, because his ganks wouldn't be coming from here. They'd be coming here if he TPs, or from here. You guys are actually pretty far behind right now, because they have a 5 carry team. Your team's also kind of scary.
Under attack. Ooh, Dire, you gotta fortify them, their structures. Good
They're
work.
like,
Middle
if
tower
you
is under attack.
want to fight,
Feels like
take
they
the
don't even
axes really
care.
quick, because you got an AM who just does it, and the ground Quap who also do it to a pretty reasonable extent. Well, the Quap can do it because there's a Drow, and then the Drow can do it because she's a Drow.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is
Let's go
under
back to
attack.
our hero now. So we got the Battle Fury, and like this is where you just need to put it into like farm overdrive, because you should know like your super
Radiant's
far
middle
behind.
tower is under attack.
I'd even be okay with going like Blasi Extra Travels, probably. Like the Travels is basically you committing not to fight, but like becoming like the biggest rat imaginable. You're wasting a lot of time. Let me go back a little bit. Let's see how this buying pattern worked out.
Radiant's middle
So
tower
you see
is
them in the
under
middle.
attack.
I mean, you see them here. Like this creep wave's pushed in so far right now. You're going towards the fight where you have a TP. Like you have a TP. The whole point of having a TP is so you don't need to go where the fight is happening. You kind of just walk over to here, but there's a whole creep wave here. The camps just respawn. You're just dawdling here, wasting time. There's like very little you can do here. Like this is actually a detriment to your team to be here. Like you should never, ever, ever be waiting around towers because this applies to a lot of carries, but it's like AM in particular, and I guess you can even say Alchemist and Terrorblade. No, I'll say definitely Antimage and probably like illusion-based rat heroes to a different extent. See, the thing about the illusion heroes, like Alchemist, Naga, Terrorblade, is you can, when you have the Radiance, you can just make an illusion, send it at the enemy, doing a lot of damage if they can't instantly kill your illusion. So with those people, it can make sense to come back and defend. With AM, it does not. Because, like, think about it this way. You being here, what does it do? It means the enemy might be able to go on you, they might be able to get a rupture off on you, they might be able to do something on you, which is not what you want. You're a very squishy hero, you're kind of a glass cannon. If you jump on someone, you can do okay damage at this point, but it's not significant until you have the Manta. Like, when you have the Manta, you can blink Manta and just destroy someone. Right now, you don't even have the Vlads. You are really, really, really far behind. I think your skill build's fine, too. You don't want to increase your mana break if this idiot gets a Blade Mail, but you should see he's not now. I think he's getting a Shadow Blade, which is also stupid. Even the silver doesn't even make sense. He doesn't do any magical damage. It's all pure physical. So him removing your spell shield doesn't do anything. Oh, and his team really does magical damage anyway. So you want to push super hard. Like right now, if they want to waste time sieging middle, you get like one of the lanes push, two of the lanes push, whatever. Well, we'll start at one because you just have the Battle Fury. So you start pushing this lane super hard. Like you even ignore these camps just to get the lane pushing more. Like you kill this, you blink forward, you kill that one, and your creeps take a little time to walk up. So you can kind of get greedy and blink to the. I hate looking at the menu like this. So if you blinked here, you push this, you blink here. There's another creep wave here. You get this. Your creep's going to take a little while to meet that creep wave, which will probably happen about here, which means you have time to jump at the hard camp, jump at the easy camp, and then jump to the hard camp, and then diagonally jump back here and keep the lane pushing. You might lose like 3 seconds off your push there, I'd say. I think that's kind of worth it for an extra 300 gold. That's something you can kind of make on the fly. I would say it's right to take this camp, and then whether you want to take this or blink to this to push the wave even faster is then your decision. A nice thing to have here is to put the Bassi on you. Bassi's like a cheap Vlad's because it gives your creeps bonus aura armor of 2, so it'll increase the amount of hits the tower has to do by I think like 1. So your creeps can push a little harder and a little longer. So what that does is by you split pushing, they have to decide like, do I want to deal with his split push? I still can't fucking draw. Gonna draw here. What the fuck? I think I know the problem is, but I'm too lazy to deal with it right now. I have to like resume and then go free camera and then go back. It's fucking dumb. I don't know if you can hear that. It's my dad shouting at my dogs. Back on topic. Not getting distracted. So we push to this tower, and they have to decide now. Do they respond to the AM, prevent him from taking the tier 1, and then maybe even preventing him from taking a tier 2 if they delay that decision long enough? Or do we jump them here and try and force this fight? Either way you win, right? Or do we retreat from this? So they have 3 decisions. Well, actually I guess it's 2. They can retreat from this and deal with you. They can force jump this, like force this initiation before they want it, right? So maybe they'll just be like, fuck it, Nagasong and run in, and they won't know who they caught. And Nagasong will hit like one person. So Quap's super far back, and we'll say the Drow was up here, or the Zeus was up here, and all they catch is like an ogre sitting up front with low HP or something. So like if they do something stupid like that, that opens up the opportunity for you to TP back in after you see them starting to go, and then you're able to play cleanup and do all your damage. Because if you can get CC'd, stunned, or blown up, or ruptured, then you can't do anything in the fight. So by TPing in after the fight starts, that means they've used the majority of their lockdown, the majority of their spells to initiate a fight. So that gives you kind of free reign to fight, even if you don't have the Battle Fury, Vlad's, Manta, or whatever. You can still come back and do that and contribute maybe a good mana void. Because you're not going to get a good mana void before a fight starts, right? Because you need people to use their mana. Admittedly, this team doesn't really use their mana too well. Oh my god, where is this Nature's Prophet? Oh, that's juicy. So the only one who's really going to get a significant mana pool and it's going to be low enough is like the Nature's Prophet. But even you, like right now, you're only level 15. Getting your next level in mana void's a huge difference in damage. Like that's game-changing shit. There's times where I've been like level 15, I hit a mana void, and everyone survives with like 200 HP. While if I was like the 1 level up, then I get like 4 kills. And I'm able to clean up like the 5th person or something. But like sometimes they'll even do this dumb split decision, which is like the worst thing they can do. They'll like TP 1 person back and then fight your team. Or they'll TP 2 people back and then they'll fight your team because they're feeling like really ahead. Like right now, they're probably like 6k up. Oh, it's worse than I thought. 9. I was actually going to say 10. I was like, no, it's too bold. So like 9k up. So they might even try and do like the 3-on-4 thing here. And then you blink back, you TP, and it's a 5-on-3 now. And you get to clean up street gold from like the Bloodseeker or whoever the fuck chose to stick around. Like you have all those options. But sitting here means they just get to sit here too. And they get to fight you 5-on-5 with a 10k advantage. Like that's horrible. It's horrible for you. It's like AM is about forcing the team to make suboptimal decisions. That's probably the most that's what I'm looking for. Succinct way to put it is like you want to force people to make bad decisions. And those bad decisions or suboptimal decisions are we want to take a 5-on-5 fight here without losing any of our towers. We either need to defend this tower or force this to be a bad fight or potentially bad fight, or we just retreat from here and like full on go on the AM. Or like the worst case scenario is they try and jump you, but like 1 or 2 people TP back to handle you, and then your team ends up in like a 5-on-4 or a 5-on-3, which lets you dominate the fight. But that's the gist of it, and like that's one of the huge things you get from like Boots of Travel, is like you can go from like ratting to here, to then like let's say this creepy game's pushed up to here, to ratting up here. So instead of you TPing to a tower, you're TPing so much farther forward, and your TPs are on a 45-second cooldown instead of 75, 65, one of those. So you have almost half like TP cooldown time, and farther up TP locations. So it's great. It makes your farming like so much more efficient, and increases the amount of pressure you can put on people. So let's go back to watching. We've paused and talked for a lot here. But like those general ideas are like super important. But you can apply those things to like any carry. It's just on AM. It's like a do or die. Like I said, if you have like a Naga or an Alchemist and you sit there spamming illusions, that's not wrong because you can chip away at the enemy and prevent them from pushing. But with like Antimage, like you're sitting there not creeping while their Radiance illusions can creep. I think you should just link to that. It's 2 seconds to TP to it, and it's like 10 seconds to link to it, but now your TP's not up if you need to go back.
Minor
It's a
inconvenience.
little thing. Like, you weren't TPing from here to there, you were TPing from like here to there. So the Manta's not wrong, because it lets you pop the Ensnare, and it lets you get out Bloodseeker Silence, so the Manta's not bad to get. It's just that, like, the earlier you get the travels, the more efficient they are, and like generally like the most optimum time. Oh, nice kill on the sniper. The most optimum time tends to be around after the Yasha, because it's not worth skipping treads for travels, because it slows down your farm too much. And the Yasha is really good. See, I was gonna stake walking up there too. Like this is wasted time again. Like what are you doing here? You got a kill on a sniper, so you're feeling excited. You're getting some creeps. Oh, you can actually get a kill. You don't even get a kill. So you see how much time you're wasting here? Like, you just like blink back and forth in the middle. When you could have farmed the Ancients, you could have farmed the hard camp, you could have started pushing in top lane. Like you're not pushing anywhere near enough. Like you, with this Battle Fury, you push like obscenely hard. I can't stress how hard you push.
Dire's middle tower.
You could have even kept going. See, like this is where you should have kept going.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What is it? Why would he buy back? That's silly. Must be angry. Should go push it bottom. This is silly right here. I guess the Zeus is farming it, but like the Zeus can farm it and push it as far as you can. And I think there were trees there, so the Nature's Prophet might have been nearby too. No, he wasn't. I thought I saw trees. Yeah, it's hallucinating. I'm not going back for that because I don't really care that much. So this is good. I think you're doing the seal build right too. Like you have your mana break maxed around when you have the Manta, which is good. It maximizes your damage. As an efficient routing, you should have went directly south. You routed yourself around a tree line for like no reason. Easy camp. Easy camp. Like you're not pushing enough. Like you have a Manta. You can't. You like. For you to die involves you like fucking up to such an extreme degree right now. Like it involves you like blinking, like manting, or like blinking forward into a silence, getting blinking forward into an ensnare. You manta out of the ensnare as the silence is going off. Like it's so much weird shit they have to do to kill you. Another little more efficient thing. Should TP to right to top lane there. You shouldn't have TP'd home. Like you weren't low or anything, so you didn't actually need to go to the fountain. I know it's like a panic TP, but like when you get better at stuff like that, you'll realize like you can just TP to the lane instead of like. See, I'm gonna show you why. Lincoln's, 32 minutes. They're all terrible. Actually, Dave, look at his net worth. I figured he'd have like boots to full of Lincolns and just straight has Lincolns. That's it. That's terrible. Look how slow that hero is. He's be annoying in fights for you because he can turn your illusion on you. But it's not as bad as like fucking Terrorblade's thing. Like I want to stress, like you're not split pushing anywhere near as much as you have to. Like you need to push this to a tower. Yeah, so okay, you said you didn't think you used travels right, but you're not getting them even remotely early, so there's not really too much. That was a bold waiting on that. Just go back in, man.
Top tower is under attack.
You can kill this Bloodseeker one-on-one right now, I think. Yeah, you can kill this dude. If he like misses a silence and wants to man up on you, just fucking go on him. He can rupture you and you can just sit there beating the shit out of him. He could run from you, but a lot of times they'll be stupid, and if you have the bash and you get a good bash on him, he's dead. I don't think this build is wrong at all. I go with Missile in like 80%, 90% of my games. Fuck, maybe even more now. If you looked at my lifetime stats, that wouldn't be true. But in like the last like 150 games, I think I probably have a Bissell in like 90%. Because it like increases, the damage it gives you increases by a lot. So it helps you push towers even harder. Fuck that guy, kill him. Don't be a kid. Oh, he's invisible. Come on. Man up. Oh, he did it. Oh, you're a coward. If you did a little blink there, like to the edge of the silence or something, I don't think he was going anywhere. But yeah, like there, if he's alone, like you're not even scared. And even if he like ruptures you here, you just blink into the tree line. His rupture is not going to take enough HP where they get tree line. There's a time for being bold and there's a time for being a coward. You need to leave. You need to leave for a while there, man. Here, I think that's fine. You can creep cut here. You're not at that big of a disadvantage, but you could creep cut.
Oh, Radiant's top tower! Radiant
I would just walk up and attack you. You don't want to blink forward. The reason you don't want to blink forward is if they keep going. But like the way that worked out, I'm watching like X2 and X4, so I didn't see the exact timing on that. But blinking forward to that creep wave, if the enemy is still there, could be bad. Because I don't remember if you blinked before or after they killed or went on the sniper. But you're in like your team itself is in pretty decent shape right now. And you're approaching 10 creeps a minute, but honestly, I think you could have had it a while ago. You just need to play like less like a pussy. Like Bloodseeker's not that scary. That's what you have to realize. You're past the point where Bloodseeker's scary for you. So you're pushing it now that the least scary person is
Dire's top tower is under attack. Force field leads me to believe that Dire just fortified their structure. Dire's top tower is under attack. Mega kill. He just mega killed. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is done for.
I would just like I'm bold. I would just buy the fucking abyssal. I don't care. I would just buy the abyssal and not save for buyback. I don't give a shit. You should be. The thing is, like, you could be like, oh, I should save for buyback, but you're an Antimage. You farm literally 1,000 gold. You farm literally 1,000 gold. So it doesn't actually matter. Is he a Necrobook? That's just like that's literally food for you. This build is let me feed Antimage as much gold as I possibly can.
Can you smell it? The smell of freshly slaughtered bodies.
Yeah, so since you farm like 1,000 gold a minute, like you probably bought this abyssal a minute ago, and you've gotten 2,500 gold. Maybe a minute and a half. You could have soloed Roche as soon as you had. Kind of late. Vlad's Yasha, and definitely with the Manta you could have soloed it. The thing is, Roshan gets stronger every 6 or 4 minutes. He gets stronger. I would give you gold here too. I would just go buy him from Roshan right now. Like your goal right now should be to do maximum damage, and having a Vlad's is really nice. So I would just say fuck it, and I would just go consume Moonshard. She's dead too. Oh, you're a coward. Dude, use your abyssal! Use your abyssal! Use your abyssal! Oh my god. Dude! Oh, oh fuck it, I'm recording you. Can I record you? Is that a possibility right here? Twitch? No. Deep shit. Yeah. When you buy an abyssal, you should probably use it. You could have gotten like 3 kills there with the abyssal. Like that would assume that one overcommits if you abyssal another one, which I think is probably pretty fair. Once again, if you act, you need to use your abyssal active. That is like this combo is blink, abyssal, manta, and destroy someone, and you've yet to actually do that. That was another bad one. You should have came right out with the abyssal from that invis. That was an insta kill on someone. That's your first abyssal use. You deserve to die. I'm happy you died. I hope they win the game. I know they won't, because I already know the result. I hope they win the game. The first abyssal usage is on only dead to me. Whatever. Really? This guy's so bad. Yeah, I think we've seen a lot of like what we're gonna see. You need better like definitely. It's like a huge thing. You could have roached earlier too, but it also depends on like their position. Like you can push, like a really easy tactic to do is push, regardless of what side you're on, it's much easier on Dire obviously, but like you're Radiant here, so you push this lane super hard, get a response, like you can even Manta and push that even farther. As soon as you see someone respond to that, TP bottom, and Roshan. Because you pull them to the other side of the map. Admittedly, like, if they're right here, or right here, that's not super far to Roshan, but it's like much better. If you're Dire and you pull them to like here, that's super far from Roshan, like much farther. And they usually won't predict it. They'll just see you off the map for like, it takes you about 30 seconds to solo rush. They'll see you off the map for 30 seconds, but they don't know necessarily what that means, unless they have like this ward and see you go in, or like this ward, this ward, they see you go in. Where are we now? You could just see, like I would commit on getting as much as I can out of that Aegis as possible. Because you could feel pretty safe that you'll get beat on late game if they have any degree of confidence. You can look at their items and tell that they kind of don't. But like we said, this is a lower skill game, so I'm probably being a little harsh. Don't mean to come off like a complete asshole. Just a bit of an asshole. Healthy degree of assholishness. Okay, just buys a shadow blade and go for the silver edge. Whatever. But yeah, like if this goes super late game, like your team probably loses. Actually, it's really funny. If he gets like an Aether on this,
they're beyond godlike now. They're beyond godlike. No, I'm not gonna calm down.
Just straight damage with a bomb. Actually, he doesn't even need an Aether on. Straight double.
Come on, Radiant, come on, get with it.
You should probably build treads here, buddy. But yeah, like this game is, I don't want to say like I know the result, I know what time the game ends for you guys, so I know how this has to go down, if that makes sense. Like I played enough Antimage games to know like what's about to happen here. Coward, you bought a heart. And you can afford a butterfly, so maybe you're not that much of a coward. I just buy the butterfly outright. They have MKBs actually? I think I saw an MKB, one MKB. You could just buy an MKB. You see them working on 2 butterflies. If you're looking, I would just buy an MKB right now and not get the butterfly.
I love it, Morty.
So I think I'm
taking a whipping.
Shield songs and gives you a full heal.
Dire's top barracks have been completely cut down to size.
So it's like,
and they're gone.
game goes a little longer than I thought. I thought it was like 53 minutes. It's like 59. But still, like they're in a situation where none of them have enough farm to like contest you. Like, look at this. Their next highest net worth is the Nature's Prophet. And then you're more than twice anyone else's net worth. See how much you exploded ahead? You could have done that like sooner. Like you can backdoor this, can you?
Well, there you go. Radiant's top
If given infinite time, he's got this. Kill him. Yeah. All you had to do is kill him.
Whoa, 40, I've
Or
been
kill his
across the
creeps,
cosmos
and
and
you
I've
can
seen a
backdoor that.
ton of different
Kinda
realities,
give that
let
up
me
for
tell
no
you.
reason. Okay, this is actually close enough.
Definitely not
For
a
the last 3
remarkable
minutes,
moment
I was like,
at all, in any
kinda
way,
guessing
shape, or
around.
form.
We'll seriously watch this and look for some bad like game decision making. Although I don't think you die again, if I remember right. You're either 15 and 5 or 15 and 3 this game. You should spend your fucking money though. So yeah, on this 10k is doing like literally nothing for you. What I would do right here is I would buy the quarterstaff at the side shop, push this, try and get the tier 2, and then go to the side shop and finish a butterfly. And actually, it's kind of risky. If you walk though, you're fine. You just have to walk to the left, not blink. Because if you blink into the enemy, you're gonna die. If you just walk to the enemy, you can't die.
Like dire structures, they're fortified. Dire's bottom tower's under attack. What's the matter with you? Dire's bottom tower's destroyed.
Insured here? What do we do? What do we do? It's like, this just feels to me like you're not planning out rotations well. Or you weren't, yeah, oh, you didn't get the butterfly, so I guess I can't say that. I thought you were gonna buy like the Eagle song, how long you were taking. But like, you can have a butterfly, alright, I said don't buy a butterfly, dirt. So the butterfly will make your illusions hit harder, but like, if this game goes longer,
Double kill.
you need the MK.
Dyer's
jeez, it's a
bottom
killing
tower.
spree!
No, I wouldn't be
Triple
opposed to
kill!
butterfly. Okay, you got an E-blade.
Oh boy, Dyer's bottom tower.
You can still get the butterfly. They have one
What's the
MKB.
matter with you? You just Dyer's bottom
You
tower.
bought an MKB, which is great for butterfly. You can have an abyssal. They need lockdown for you, right? So you can build an MKB instead of an abyssal blade, which they're close enough in cost where I'm gonna call that fucking stupid. Based on player perspective, we are. So we're on the butterfly now. Like, I think this is fine. The thing is, like, you want a rat, right? They have like, it's a range, it's a melee, it's a range. Where's that structure? Yeah. So you got 2 range and a melee left. So the the butterfly improves your illusions damage and attack speed by 30, which they get a percentage of. It's like 33%, right? Yeah. So they basically get 10 damage off of that, and they get 30 attack speed. So that's like pretty significant for your pushing, because you want to rat down 2 range racks. So like having stronger mana illusions is good for that, and you're not really poor. So like getting a later MKP is also fine for you. The thing I'd say about the super late game is you never sell your Battle Fury unless you have like a Magnus. So you need the cleave to split push. Your hero can't actually. That's disturbing. Your hero cannot split push without a Battle Fury. He farms like he split pushes like shit. The reason he can farm fast is because of Blink and Battle Fury and a good base attack time and decent agi gain. Like those all combine to make him push like reasonably hard and fast. But like you need the Battle Fury. So let's say you want to get an MKB, you would have to just buy it and put this on the stash. Because like let's say your team gets Mega'd or whatever, which are only 1 rack away from, you need that to split push. You'd only put the MKB on you to like fight if they have like evasion heroes. But like since they have a Naga, like let's say this Naga was super fed, you still might want the Battle Fury. So you might even drop like
Super godlike! Or beyond godlike, I meant!
Dyer's middle tower is under attack. Oh no,
Yeah,
Dyer's middle barracks are
There you
gone.
go.
Oh, Dyer, you gotta fortify.
So let's like do it quick. So there's a few
Middle
things.
tower just took a big beating.
Put a little more thought into the skill build. Like I said, you went burning build, and your skill build was really good. I think earlier levels in Blink and a Bobble might have been okay. Well, that's like such a minor thing, like so minor. I'm actually gonna pretend I didn't even mention it. So new first thing is like early on, you want to make sure, particularly early on, you want to make sure you're never wasting time just sitting around. Like one particular instance I want to talk about, if I watch this slower, I'm sure I could pick out more specific moments. When you were standing here, okay, we're gonna go back in time. When you were standing, are we not playing?
Oh man, what? Get up on out of
That
here,
force
because
field
Radiant
leads me
just
to believe that
fortified their
Dyer just
structure.
You were standing
their
here for
structure.
probably 20 seconds. I think it was like the 7-8 minute mark. While the creep wave was up here, and there's still
great.
more flying.
Dyer's bottom tower
Now,
just
if you
got
think that the
destroyed.
Bloodseeker could be close, that's fine to do. You can't walk up and creep if you think a
Oh,
Bloodseeker
geez,
could be
Morty, they're
ganking
going
you.
after Dyer's bottom tower.
Which you can always TP in and gank you, right? So if you haven't seen him in bottom lane, or you don't see him in bottom lane, then it's right to not walk up and creep there. But just because it's right to not walk and creep there doesn't mean it's okay to sit here. Like you have these 2 camps, which you can easily blink to and farm. If you think they could be in this area too, you've got this wonderful hard camp here now you can go farm. The biggest thing is just do not waste time. You could farm this, and if they're all in middle and they're in this area, you could farm this, blink to here, farm this, blink here. The important thing is just figuring out your routes and how you can get the most farm possible. Most farm possible on the way to your objective or desired destination, right? Which would be that, assuming this area is not safe, or if you don't think mid is safe, you can go here, like that, and then to bottom lane. The point is, you need to go to the route of most farm, and least depth. So based off like your information in the game, you have to make those decisions. Another really, really critical problem was when this tier 2 was up, and the enemy was here. You like farmed like this, which I think you farmed out this whole area too, and I think you ended your route over here, but then you blinked this way instead of this way, even though this creep wave was to here. So you always want to prioritize lane creeps over jungle creeps for 2 reasons. One, lanes being pushed is good. And they're also worth way more money. Like coming to this wave right here. Okay, that's a bad example. If we go back. So like look at this. Right here, just looking at this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's probably 10. It's 40. It's 400 gold. It's like 500 gold and then 70 gold. So that's like 570 gold. Am I right about the value of these? Yeah. Okay, so it's like 570 gold right there. This camp is maybe worth 170. This camp's worth like 80. This camp's worth maybe like 120, 150.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Probably like 100 to 150 topsies. But the point is, like, farming out all 3 of those doesn't equate to missing that creep wave, and you can usually get this creep wave and come back here. Like if you're paying attention to the timer, like you should also farm around the timer. Like, let's say the jungle's about to respawn, then just go to the creep wave. Like if it's like 55, then there's no reason killing this because you're just gonna block it off anyway. So like killing this would be a net 0. Or net, I don't know, I'm using that term wrong. I'm kind of tired, just got back from work. Killing this is like a net neutral gain, right? Because if you kill it and then it doesn't respawn, then it doesn't really matter if you killed it, you didn't kill in time for the spawner. Alternatively, if it's like 45 seconds, you can kill this, kill that, maybe pull stack that, and then go here, and maybe you'll lose like 2 or 3 creeps if it's right here. If there's like a big creep here, maybe you'll lose like 2 or 3 if they're meeting there. But for that, you might have gained like 200-300 gold from farming the woods out, right? So you have to be able to like kind of make those judgments and decide what's best. And I still make like the wrong decision. Like I think I overfarm woods like way too much. Like I'll miss unnecessary lane creeps in favor of jungle creeps, and it's one of those things you have to get in the habit of not doing, because not only are their value generally more, but pushing a lane is really important. Like my goal is to farm as many of the creeps as possible when I should focus more on objectives. So that's like a really important thing. And I don't think you were doing that correctly. So yeah, just to kind of recap that, since I think I kind of went all of it, you like farmed this out while ignoring the creep wave, went to the left, when just going that way would have been fine. Because like if you farm this, like you got here at like 53 seconds, 50 seconds or whatever. So if instead of going here you went south and then cut that way up, these would have respawned in about that time. So you could have went like here, down south here, and then routed all the way back through. Man, that looks stupid. But I hope that was kind of clear. It's a corn maze, man. Down, and then back through. Like you could have done that route, which I think would have been more efficient. And like, if you did that route, even if you didn't come back this way, because now you see that there might be a fight here, if you pressure that tower more, that forces them to make a decision, right? They can either defend the tower, force a fight, defend the tower and retreat, force a fight, or the worst decision, try and defend the tower and force the fight, where you get to TP back and kill them. You also weren't holding a TP at all times. I don't necessarily carry a TP all the time, but against a Bloodseeker, I 110% would. Because, like, the only way he kills you is if you don't have a TP, right? Or if Morsling or Naga are there. They can also help him. They have 2 Vlads right now? No, 1. I don't even understand what this Naga's doing. I thought she was a core, but I just don't know anymore, man. Just don't know.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Man, you might as well save that energy because Radiant just fortified
Morty, watch
their
out! It's a
structures.
killing
I don't know where
spree!
this paper towel came from, but I'm blowing my nose on it. Okay. And so that was like kind of inefficient mid-game patterns, right? That kind of hurt. And then like later on, once you hit the Manta, like that's your point of like, if you look at this game, Manta is your point of like pseudo invincibility. That's where you need to push the pressure like super hard. And like I never really saw you until, fuck man, it's like 45 minutes. You have the Manta now, right? Yeah. So like now you're getting pretty up there in the net worth, right? Kind of even, pulling ahead, whatever. But like once you have the Manta, they can't kill you. So you need to be putting the pressure on like even more. like super hard, like pushing 2 towers until you see an enemy and then you walk away. Or if you like really, if like they're not showing anywhere and the lanes are all pushed, then maybe you back up a little early and maybe send your Manta Illusions forward and then like blink into a tree line and like TP somewhere else. Like you do what you feel is safe, like within reason, but you have to be pushing boundaries more. Like they literally need to hitch gank you with like 3 people to kill you. Minimum. Like the minimum they can kill you with is a Bloodseeker if he gets a Rupture off, and like Naga. And then they probably still need 1 for the damage. Like this is not an easy game
Dire's
for them
top
at all
towers under attack.
to like actually kill you. It's
Looks
so
like Dire's
fucking hard.
structures are fortified.
It's like make them have to do it. Like when you're not pushing creep waves, and when we were looking at the
Dire's
map, a
top
lot of
tower's
times your
under
creep waves are like pushed. Like this creep wave was pushed to here
Oh,
for like
mega kill.
like the 22-minute mark to like the 38-minute mark, and part of that's like the nature's problem. I'm sure this
Dire's
idiot
top
was like
tower's under
ulting too
attack.
much and keeping the creep waves pushed. But you should be happy. That's like free you pushing the creep wave out and getting
Dire's top
tons of gold.
towers under attack.
So you shouldn't really have a problem with that. But we're kind of like going kind of regressive.
Dire's top tower
Point is, you need to
fallen.
push to the towers and like play safe within like reason for your game sense. Like if you really see no one, then fuck it back up. Like you need to understand the threats against you, which in this case are just Bloodseeker, Naga, and probably +1. Those are the only things that kill you. And even them, it's like it's still super hard, and the way they have to chain things is like impossible. Like you can purge 2 of their stuns, and they'd have to like. It's so fucking. They'd have to like net song into like silence, and then you could still purge the net as it's in the air because you can't target the net until the song goes off. It's like almost impossible for them to kill you. Like that's what I want to stress. Apart from you really fucking up. Like I said, remember when I was talking about possibly going here to buy a butterfly and Moonshrow and you had 10k? I said all you have to do is not aggressively blink. Like when in doubt, you walk places. Because the only way they kill you is if you can't blink away, right? Like if you have your blink and your Manta available, like I just discussed the sequence of events they'd have to do to kill you, and it's like fucking hard, right? It is not remotely easy for them to kill you. This is a horrible quad build. I fucking hate you. And how are we winding this down? Anything else? Oh yeah, use your fucking Abyssal Blade.
This is some wicked sick
That was
stuff,
the thing,
Rick,
right?
because he
You
just
got the
wicked
Abyssal
sick
Blade.
it.
That's right.
But like, in terms of like what's the biggest order, I'd say work on some of your laning mechanics. Being able to pull creeps isn't just useful in mid, it's like mandatory in mid, but in contested safe lanes or like 1v1 safe lanes, which like if you can 1v1 a clock or a tide or pretty much any melee hero, then you need to know how to pull creeps or you're gonna get slaughtered in those matchups. Because like your harassment means you take too much damage. Like if you just walk up and right click them, you'll just take too much fucking damage. What's it going for, little buddy?
What's up with Radiant?
Hold
Their
on,
top
hold on,
barracks
hold
are
on.
getting attacked. Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
That is
Dire's bottom
the
tower's
world's
under attack.
gravest news.
Well, there you go. Radiant's top barracks are getting
He didn't
attacked.
get an ult. He did not even get an ult. Even the fountain. Or not in the fountain. Did he just refresh her for no reason? Yeah, he might not refresh her. I think we have to find this out. This will change my life, this knowledge.
What's up
Okay,
with
just waste
Radiant?
refresher.
Their top barracks are getting
900%
attacked.
miss.
There goes Radiant's top barracks.
Little rascals are hitting Dire's bottom tower.
I don't know if you know this, but Radiant's top barracks are getting attacked.
You know what it feels like they don't even care.
Oh man, that's
What's
good.
up with Radiant?
That's
Their
all
top
my
barracks are
mistake.
getting attacked. He just delivered a bunch of goodies to the
That
Radiant.
entertains me greatly. He doesn't even have the mom on. If he has the mom on, fuck it, he might even just die. That's an exaggeration, but it would be close. Aetherlands and the axe? Maybe. Fuck. I'm getting sidetracked again. Okay, so like the lane mechanics are pretty important to ensure you can win your lane. And like the farming mechanics are really important to explode you into the mid game to get you really far ahead. Or like sometimes even more important is recovering from like this is the clowny shit, I'm not gonna watch this. Is you recovering from bad early games. Like here, you had like a 20-minute Battle Fury treads, right? being able to farm efficiently and knowing how to like push the limits is what's gonna win. If your team was like a little farther behind or something, like if we give the enemy like another 10 kills, you probably lose this game, right? But like if you were trying to make the difference on your team and you were pushing more and you were taking more objectives to get your team that little extra gold or forcing better team fights, like that can be the difference in winning and losing those games. I don't think I have that. There's a game I was thinking of off the top of my head where my team was down like 30 kills or something like that. Just completely crazy. And between like creep cutting, objective taking, and all this shit, I managed to pull them back into it. It was a low skill game because I was playing with a really low MMR friend who's like...
Dire's middle tower's under attack.
Fuck, it was like 28, 2900 at the time or something. But like the point was just that utilizing those things. Even though I think I remembered that you didn't, but I was still scared all the same. But like the idea remains the same. Alright, I think I've been rambling for a bit now. I do want to apologize. I always feel kind of... I will call it back. But I do want to apologize. I think I was rambling a little bit. Kind of haven't made one of these in a while. I think I was a little all over the place, but there's still some good stuff in there and some stuff you can work on. But, you know, feel free to send more games, ask any questions, whatever you want to do, man. I will always be here. Because I never leave my computer, except when I have to work, where I work in front of the computer half the day. Alright, I will be out. Thank you for your time, I hope the video helped. God, I really hope the mic's not muted.